the running dream, I call it. In the dream, I'm like paralyzed, but I realize like I can stand, and then, then I start running, and I can feel that feeling I'm talking about, the contraction of your muscles in your legs and stuff, and just everything, your body in motion. And, then it just usually ends. Growing up, I had played soccer, so I had these soccer legs. They definitely were, it's a stark contrast between then and my legs now are like just pathetic. I look at my legs all the time, and I, trip out like how I can't move them. They're sitting there, but I can't do anything with it, and I find myself watching other people just subtly move their feet or something, and they don't even realize that they're doing it. And I'm like, the little things that I took for granted, I guess. A lot of times you don't feel like whole, especially like if I'm in my shower chair and I'm looking at my naked body, then it's like even more like, ugh. You don't even really like to do it, but because a lot of it just seems lifeless, Oh, it is. Tim and I met, back when we were in the police academy. We really, really met when we were partners on the job. And right away, we were just in sync with a lot of stuff.
When I first met her, I remember thinking, who's this grumpy chick? Like, who does she think she is, right? It kills me to see her beat herself up so much about her body. She didn't choose it. It's just frustrating. She's gone through periods of, being self-destructive with her legs, and being very careless with them. She'd run them into things, hit the door with them to open a door, and it was obvious from an outside point of view that it was just purely frustration and anger at her situation.
There's probably a lot of good things about losing feeling. You don't feel pain. That's positive, but you don't feel... It's, the sexual stuff. The loss of I would say sexuality. But the loss of feeling. That's probably the hardest thing to ever wrap your mind around. Still don't really know how to deal with that part.
We still, I kiss her, and, I still think she looks beautiful. I just try to reassure her as much as I can. But that's something difficult that, I imagine she'll probably never get over. It'll always be there.
I'm sure everybody in a wheelchair, I know guys and girls, men and women, don't feel the same, like they're as sexually desirable or attractive, You almost don't even feel like a woman, I guess. Every time that Tim and I go out surfing, it helps us. I think it's something that really was part of our connection that helped you know, helped us build our relationship. It is different being in the water. Actually, being in the water, a lot of times I feel I'm like equal with everybody, nearly, you know.
And she's paddling and I'm paddling. It's teamwork to get into a wave, and when we get into a wave, we both get to experience it together, ride it, you know, feel the same, you know, threat of being flipped or thrown or whatever, and even when that happens, you know, coming up and just going through it together, it's kind of as close as you can be back to the way it was.
You know, our love for each other is still there, and the challenges that we face help strengthen the love that we do have. And it kind of, you know, forces problems that every couple has, it pushes them right up there, right away. And you realize it's not all physical. You know, the satisfaction you get is not all just physical. Mentally connecting with somebody. There's a mental connection between two people when they're close.